This is John Lee, also known as DarthFurby, and today I'm going to talk about my approach to drawing pretty women for animation. And specifically, I'm going to be doing a drawing of the head. And when it comes to drawing for animation, you want to start with construction shapes. And these construction shapes help you to draw the character from any angle, on model, consistently. You'll notice I have two circles here. The first circle represents the top half of the head or the skull, and the bottom half represents the lower half of the head or the jaw and the mouth area. The reason why the top circle is larger is because I want to emphasize youthful qualities with a pretty female character. And you'll notice that in babies, their foreheads tend to be larger. So this is a quality. These are characteristics I kind of import from babies and apply to women. The large forehead, larger eyes. The eyes will be wider apart. And the nose will be shorter. You won't have a long nose. It'll be closer to the eye line. And let's see. Now the features I usually like to get down first are the eyes and the mouth. Once you have those features down, that kind of anchors the face, the features of the face, and it'll give you an idea of how to draw the rest of the face. Another thing I like to do is to really thicken these eyelashes to help accentuate the femininity. Thick eyelashes also read well from a distance and tells the viewer that this is a female character. Sometimes I get a little overboard with the thickness, but it's a good thing to keep in mind. And next, on the theme of keeping the character young, I'm going to throw a dot here to indicate where I want the cheekbone to start curving. And I have this dot further down the face, the cheekbone further down the face than normal, because that helps sell the youth of the character, maybe even implies baby fat, whereas if the cheekbone was higher up and sharper, that would imply an older character. So let's start from the eye line. So I put a dot for the cheek where I want the cheekbone to start curving, a dot here for the tip of the chin, and a dot here for the end of the jaw. And then you just draw a smooth curved line connecting the dots that pass through all the points. Just start from the eye line and have a smooth curve pass through it. Smooth curve. And then just erase some of these construction lines. I actually don't normally erase my construction lines. I tend to draw my construction lines and shapes on one layer, and then my final line work on another layer, so that if I'm not happy with the way the final line work is coming out, or if I'm not happy with the way I threw down those lines, I can just erase them, but still have the underlying construction work as a guide to redraw the character. But in this case, I want to get this video done in under 10 minutes so I can upload it as one clip on YouTube. So I'm drawing everything on one layer to save time. So with just a few lines, we've got a basic idea of how this character is starting to turn out. And now I'm just going to flesh out these lips. I like to draw my lips smaller. I like to draw smaller noses. But I've seen artists who can draw large mouths and large noses, and the character still looks really attractive. So there's all different ways you can approach drawing a pretty girl, but you still have to stick to a rigid guideline, a rigid standard of beauty, no matter what style you're drawing in. Unlike male characters, where you can get away with drawing just about any funky shape and proportion, and they'll still look good. Maybe this cheekbone should be a little... Alright. Okay. So you can see the eyes are large and wide apart. The mouth is generally smaller. Maybe it's a little too small. Might be a little too small. I don't want to spend too much time tweaking though, because like I said, I want to finish this video in under 10 minutes. Okay. Next is the hair. Hair is very important to the overall appearance of a character, so you want to spend some time trying to make sure that looks right. I'm going to delete some of these construction lines. I'm not exactly an expert on hair, not much I can really say. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. But what I generally do when I draw hair is I keep these curves flowing one into the other. You know, you don't want like some hard angle like that. You want them nice and flowing like water. So you can see this curve, this curve, this curve, they're all sort of flowing into each other. Alright, so there we go. Also with the necks, I like to keep them long and thin. That helps accentuate the femininity. Let's see if I can throw some color down for the face. Let's pick a nice flesh tone. That's a good peach color. Throw in some hair color. Let's throw in some eye color. And the longer you spend on a drawing, the harder it is to spot the problem areas. So it's a good idea to frequently flip the drawing as often as possible, so that and also to pull back away from the drawing to see how it looks from a distance. That's another way to get a fresh perspective on your artwork. And in this case, the forehead might be a little too large for my tastes. So let's see if I can cut that down somehow. Maybe with the hair. Yeah. The hair. So there we go. So that's my general approach to drawing a pretty female character. You know, you want to keep lots of curves, not too many lines on the face. Be economical with the lines on the face, because the more lines you throw down on there, the older the character is going to appear, and you want to emphasize youth. Hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you in a future video. This is John Lee, also known as DarthFurby. You can find me at DarthFurby.com. Thanks for watching.